got a Cardi on me popping when I shoot, I never miss. She gon' ask if I'm in love, I never lie, I plead the fifth. Only want me cause I'm icy and I'm pricey with the fit.
Okay, so I want to welcome all of you absolutely beautiful Bebos back to another episode of the 2K23 Expansion MyLeague on the channel. Before I get started, as always, make sure some love down below. It's free on all the community grow on the road to 5K. And in the last one, we got a ton of comments once again on an episode where we took on Willy Wonka in Dallas, but the episode where we lost to the Rockets in the first round of the playoffs hasn't gone up yet. It just is about to finish uploading, and it's going to go up tomorrow, the day I'm recording this, at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. That time doesn't matter to you guys because this video is coming out probably 4 days after. So I'm going to read the comments from the Willy Wonka episode. The first one's from Christine McConnell. Said, man, that Rocket series is going to be crazy. Looking forward to see what they got. A really deep team just like you do. You guys now know we lost. And said, Dylan Parkhead loves seeing Willy in action. That Rockets team's going to give you all run for y'all money. Can't wait for the playoffs. Very short-lived postseason. Definitely, it was a good series, but it was short-lived. The Belgian Knights are so excited for the Rocket series. Let's go. I was excited too, but Morris Price, a new one to the channel, said, yo, I just subscribed and I'm loving the videos, man, but can I get the sliders? Here we go. I've gone through the sliders a lot, but here are they. They're the Pop Boys 2K23 realistic sliders. This is the CPU settings. I'm gonna scroll through real quick. If you really want to use them, you can pause it, but we're just gonna scroll through really quick just because we got a video to get to, bro. We got a video to get to, but here are the sliders. Pause it if you want. I'm going a little quick, but then here are the user sliders for this slider set. So we're going to scroll through these as well. I have a couple more comments left to read, pretty much 2 more. But here sliders. There you go. The next one is from Jack Meadows. Now this comment confused me because he said, add Myles Garrett the play football. Elaborate a little bit. He also said you should play My Career. I've wanted to for a while. I just haven't gotten around to it and haven't really pinned down how I want to incorporate My Career into the channel. So we'll get to it at some point, but right now we're just kind of locking in on what I do best. Now, today's episode is definitely going to be a shorter one, as the off-season ones usually are, and we're going to kick it off with player retirements. LeBron calls it a career. The GOAT at the age of 41 calls it. What are his final accolades as he ends his career? Award history: 4-time MVP, 4-time champion, 22-time All-Star. There is all NBA accolades as well, and he finishes as the top scorer in NBA history. Caleb calls it a career as well. James Harden ends where he made his living. He made his killing in the NBA in Houston. Derrick Rose retires as Skyhawk. Drew Holiday retires in Portland. Steph Curry retires as a Warrior. Blake Griffin calls it a career. John Wall calls it a career. Boogie calls it a career. Clay retires in New Orleans, definitely turning a new leaf here in the NBA. Next, we got... It's frozen. Next, we got Hall of Fame inductees. LeBron at small forward, obviously 2026 Hall of Fame class, as is Steph Curry and James Harden. Jersey retirements: LeBron gets the Miami Heat and LA Lakers retirement. Surprise. Oh, he did get Cleveland as well. Clay gets his number retired in Golden State. James Harden gets his number retired in Houston. Steph Curry gets his number retired in Golden State as well. And then Blake Griffin gets his number retired as a Clipper. League meetings, we're going to reject all of them. Draft lottery, we got a ton of top tier talent coming into this year's draft. The Flame get another first pick. They drop down to 5. Dallas gets 1. New York gets 2. And the Rockets get the 3rd pick via Brooklyn. I'm excited for this draft. There's a ton of top talent. Staff signing, we're going to give our head coach another run. AJ Evans III, we're going to let him cook as the head coach because he consistently pumps out winning basketball. We just need to take care of business in the postseason. NBA draft is here with the first pick. The Dallas Mavericks in the 2026 draft select Riley Wilson, the 6'7" point guard out of Kentucky. Definitely a W pickup, pairing him with Luka Doncic if Luka decides to stay in Dallas this offseason. The New York Knicks with the 2nd pick select Torrey Creighton, the 6'9" power forward out of Creighton. Torrey Creighton out of Creighton, the 253-pounder. Definitely a great pickup for the New York Knicks. The Rockets at the 3rd overall pick take AJ Hans, the 6-foot point guard out of Virginia. With the 4th overall pick, the Pacers take Cody Sippin, the 6'8" small forward out of Central Arkansas. The 5th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Glendale Flames select Gene Mullen, an auto-generated player. The Thunder have pick 6 and 7. The Thunder at number 6, they trade it. They traded to the Clippers for Julius Randle and Paul George. The Clippers take Jerry Ryan. I'm not sure if he is one of your guys' players, but if he is, here he is. The Thunder at 7 take Tyron AK, the 5'8" shooting guard out of Miami, weighing in 188 pounds. The Lakers at 8 trade their pick for Lou Dort and the 15th pick from the Jazz. And the Jazz take Sarunas Saric, the 6'11" center out of Brazil. That doesn't make sense, but we're just going to roll with the punches here. At 9, the Bulls trade their pick plus their second rounder for Cole Anthony, and the Clippers 2030 pick. Clifton Levins goes to the Clippers. The Pelicans at 10, are they going to trade their pick too? They do trade their pick. Ton of trades. They draft JJ Brown, the 6'8" shooting guard out of Illinois. The Blazers take Trey Bell, the 7'2" center out of ECU. Ara Cooper goes to the Timberwolves at 12, the 5'7" point guard out of Kentucky. Who else is in this draft? I'm not sure. We're just going to keep going. Fred Arthur goes to the Nuggets. The Spurs trade their pick there. I didn't see who they traded for, but they take Zach Ingram. The Rockets get their pick. Of course, the Rockets get another first rounder. The Lakers take Bobby Rogers. Peter Hickson goes to the Skyhawks. Ted Foster goes to the Raptors. Douglas Goodwin to the Celtics. I think we're past all of your guys' players. The Suns make a trade. Yes, they do. They trade their pick from 2 scrubs, and they take Ernest Caldwell. So we do have a first round pick. We pick 28th. I'm not entirely sure who I want to pick. There's Mac McCarthy, the 6'9" small forward. He's compared to OG Anunoby. Eddie Ellis, who is also a small forward. Bill Cartwright, the Brevin Kemp, Del Love. I mean, it's a late first round pick. I don't really know who else I would or where I would really go with this. This guy could develop into an all-star someday. Good potential, very skilled mid-range shooter, dominates on the low post, 7'2". Definitely someone I would go with. Grant Temple, very comfortable shooting the NBA three-pointers, should be able to hit jumpers from 15 feet. Jonathan McNeil, good potential in this league. Reggie Theus is his ceiling. I don't know if I want another young point guard on the team. JP Reeves, Purvis Short. Okay, we're gonna find someone and we're gonna take them. I decided to take Sean Ball, the small forward from France, with the 28th pick. He's a good mid-range shooter. He has all-star potential, so we're going to take him, and that is going to be it for the 2026 draft. Rookie signing, we're going to pick up Sean Ball. He's a 72 overall. Let's take a look at his attributes. His hot zones are all around the paint. I want to see his stats really badly. There we go. Not great in particularly anything, but they said he has the potential to be an all-star. He has a potential. I'm excited by that. And he's quick. He is quick as hell. He's not super good now. He's a raw prospect, but he has the potential to be an all-star. Team options, Nick Smith Jr., we're going to pick up his team option, as well as Davon Kings. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Qualifying offers, we're going to throw it at Auden. We're going to throw it at Johnny Tabroni. We're going to throw it at Brevin Wallace. And then Justin Champagny is going to walk. Now, free agency. I don't know how much money we have, but I know that a man by the name of Rese Haliburton is a free agent this offseason. Oh, he picked up his team option. Okay, Tyrese picked up his team option. So I really don't know how much money we have. Kevin Durant wants $53 million. We have enough to offer a little some. Who is still on the roster? Let's look at that first. Who's on the roster? Not much of anybody. Jaren Jackson's a guy we need to pay this offseason. Definitely going to be a guy we got to pay. Or do we try to find someone better? With Miles Turner running the 5, do we go for Kevin Durant? I'm going to throw in $39 million, 2-year contract with a player option with a no trade clause. It's a 1-year deal, $40 million. Okay, can I just do a 1-year deal? Okay, 1-year deal for KD. We're going to throw it out there. No idea how much it's going to... We're just going to throw it at the wall, see if it sticks. I'll throw in a Deion. I don't want to throw in a Ayton. I don't know. I'm going to throw it at Holmgren. I'm definitely going to throw an offer at Holmgren. He would definitely be a guy I would love to see come to our team. I don't know how likely that is that we're going to get him. I also obviously have to throw our contract at Jaren Jackson Jr. Hopefully he'll take the $30 million instead of the max that we can give him, but we'll see. Justin Champagny, decline. Okay, Adin Dermenenko, we'd like to keep him around. We'd like to keep Adin around. We got to re-sign Bones too. I forgot. Okay, we're gonna also keep our rights on Jayshawn Tate. We have a lot of guys to bring back. Okay, Oklahoma City matched our offer sheet. KD goes back to Golden State. That is kind of ridiculous that he decides to go back to Golden State, but it is what it is. Bones Highland at the age of 25. Is it worth bringing him back? We can afford Anthony Simons. We can afford Anthony Simons. We could probably afford BI too. Okay, so we're going to match the Adin Dermenenko offer. We're going to match... Oh, we can't match the Brevin. Oh, my Lord. Are you serious, 2K? They're going to let us sign Jaren Jackson, Bones Highland, De'Aaron Fox, and Anthony Simons. Are you serious, 2K? There's no way you're going to let us sign all of these players. I feel like I got to go Anthony Simons over De'Aaron Fox just because he's a year younger. He's cheaper. We're gonna decline the De'Aaron Fox offer. Really? Did we just get all of those players? Hold on. No. We didn't get Anthony Simons. They like blue balled me with Anthony Simons. Okay, I thought I was gonna get him, but we didn't. We have the same exact roster we had last year, except we're missing a couple pieces, which one of them is going to be Johnny Tabroni, which is still a guy I'm not gonna give up on. I'm not giving up on Johnny Tabroni. I like him way too much to just let him go. He's definitely a meme player, but he's definitely a guy I want to keep around here. Johnny Tabroni, the 19-year-old, we're going to bring him on for just 1 year, backloaded deal, $1 million, give him the minimum. Now we have 11. Oh, that's cap hold. Okay, how much do we have? Okay. Jayshawn Tate will renounce our rights to you, and we'll renounce our rights there. Johnny Tabroni's coming back. We don't have like any cap room. Can we afford like a Nurkic? We can afford Yusuf Nurkic. He's unrestricted, 2+, let's do a 1+1 team option, $5 million. Nurkic would be a W pickup. Can we afford Wiseman? No, we can afford $11 million. We can afford an $11 million contract. AJ Griffin, I'd like to pay you, but I can't. Kelly Oubre, Aaron Gordon, Jeremy Sochan somehow has not been re-signed. There are a lot of players I'd like to sign, but they want way too much money. John Isaac would be a nice little sleeper just to play defense for us. Jalen Duren wants $27 million. Jaden King Jr. Low-key. Jaden got game. Your player is low-key becoming a stud in this league. Nikola Jovic wants $21 million. All of these players want so much money. So we throw an offer at Colin Sexton and we are able to sign him, and now we have zero cap space whatsoever, which is absolutely okay with me because Colin Sexton's our backup point guard. Now we have some cap space still. Jayshawn Tate would be willing to come back. Okay, we'll take Jayshawn Tate just because he brings depth. Pat Connaughton's a guy I really like. He's 33. He'll take the minimum. Sure, let's bring in Pat Connaughton. We're looking to fill out the roster at this point. Dell Nelson. Actually, Chester Lewis, he's 28 years old, but he definitely is the mold I like. 7-footer that can stroke that thing. Pause. We're going to offer him a contract. He takes it. Yusuf Nurkic, yeah, we get Yusuf. Oh, we can't sign Yusuf Nurkic because we signed Sexton. I thought we had Nurkic across the dotted line already. That is tough. So looking at our roster, Nick Smith Jr. is up to an 89 at the age of 22. He is going to be one of the best players this league has ever seen. According here, he's a 90. Tyrese Haliburton's up to an 89 as well. Jaren Jackson at 86. Earl Jenkins an 82. He could probably play the 3, but we'll see. I like him as a backup. Miles Turner, he's 30. He's an 82 overall. Bones Highland is an 81. Colin Sexton, our backup point guard. No, he's our backup shooting guard. Sorry. So our coach game plan, I'm going to keep this starting 5 of Rese, Nick, Davon King, Jaren Jackson, and Miles Turner. Bones Highland and Earl Jenkins off the bench with Jayshawn Tate and Colin Sexton and Adin Dermenenko is a great rotation. Sean Ball, I want him to get some play just because he's a 73, but we could also send him to the G League. If we sent him to the G League, would he progress farther? Because he has a potential at the age of 22. We're going to send him down to the G League along with Johnny Tabroni as well. He's 19. Get down to the G League. But now I don't really... Our roster has been the same for the last couple seasons. Do we have the assets to make a splash for a needle-moving player? I mean, we're already a contender, but do we have the assets to make us one of the best teams in the league? We could get Domas Sabonis, but then we would be sacrificing depth at the 4. We could get Keldon Johnson. We could get Chris Middleton, but he's 35. And Domas Sabonis is 30 as well. Oh, Miles Turner's 30 and Sabonis is 30. I like Sabonis, but offensively, he's just really limiting. Miles Turner, do I take the Sabonis trade? We're giving up a lot. Can I get... So theoretically, we could trade Tyrese Haliburton for Trae Young, but I'd rather have a Rese. We could get the Spida. We could get Franz Wagner. We could get Ben Simmons and Bobby Portis back if we really wanted. We could get Scotty Barnes. That's I don't know. Anthony Black and Porzingis. I like Anthony Black a lot. Like, he's really good. But I feel like we'd be turning back the clock just a little bit. Yeah, I'm bugging. Tyrese Haliburton is only 26. We're not going to let him go. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to keep the roster as it is, at least until December 20th when we can make trades. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. I love you all. You all are beautiful. Peace. Okay, so this past weekend, I was at my girlfriend's dad's house, and the entire time I was thinking about this trade. I remember vaguely in the recording session there was a trade finder for Scotty Barnes, and all I could think of was MJ and Scotty. Pairing Scotty Barnes with Nick Smith Jr. Nick Smith can be the MJ. Scotty Barnes can be the Scottie Pippen. And he's the same age as Nick, so they're on the same exact timeline. He's 25. I mean, Tyrese is only 26, but all I could think of was Scotty Barnes because he's a defensive menace. So I lied. They're not the same age, but he's 25. Scotty Barnes is 25. He's really good offensively. He's an elite defender, meaning he would be the perfect yin to Nick Smith's yang. And if you played career mode enough, you know that Scotty Barnes turns into one of the best players in the league. Alongside Nick Smith Jr., who is 22 and 89 overall. I think trading Tyrese Haliburton for Scotty Barnes would be one of the best trades I've ever done. Bones Highland can still play he can jump into the starting lineup as a starting 1. We have Colin Sexton who can play the backup 1. Luke Kennard can play the backup 2. Like, we have depth. And we would bring in Scotty freaking Barnes. They want a power forward. What if we gave you Earl Jenkins in the trade? Okay, they can't do that. I'd be willing to give up Earl Jenkins. Or should I give up Jayshawn Tate? Okay, I can't trade him. They want a power forward. We have Chester Lewis, who's 28, but he's a center. He was recently signed. Jesus, we literally... Okay. What? I wonder. Would they take Jaren Jackson Jr.? No, he was recently signed. Okay. Would they take Earl Jenkins, and then we would take like a $3 million player like Matt Miller? Matt Miller, he only has C potential, but he's one of your guys' players. Are we giving up too much with Earl Jenkins? Earl Jenkins doesn't play a ton, but he brings depth. He's 28 years old. We bring in Scotty Barnes. Do they accept? No, they don't want to take on the extra salary. What if we throw in a first? Will they take that? They have a counter offer. They want Luke Kennard, but they throw in Gary Trent Jr. Oh, shit just got serious. Gary Trent Jr. would come in. He's 27. He's an elite scorer. 6'5", 2 guard. I think I take this. I know. So the roster isn't good enough to win a title that we have now. But we trade Tyrese Haliburton for Scotty Barnes. We get younger. We get a guy who has a higher potential, because I've played with Tyrese Haliburton a lot in career mode. He caps out around 90. I've seen Scotty Barnes get up to 94, 95. Gary Trent Jr. is just another rotational piece. He can come off the bench. He can do it all. Matt Miller, he's kind of a trade filler. He's just a salary filler. Earl Jenkins is a guy I didn't use a ton anyway. His stats in the last season, What were his stats last season? That's per 36. He averaged 12 points per game. That was a lot, but on really good efficiency too. Jesus. I think this is a good trade. We lose Luke Kennard, who is a fan favorite. He took a lesser deal to join us, but he's 30, and at some point we have to part ways. I really like this trade for Scotty Barnes. I really do. He could be our starting small forward. We could have an MJ and Scotty duo of Nick Smith and Scotty Barnes. We're taking it. We take this Scotty Barnes trade, and now our roster looks a little like this. Bones Hyland, Nick Smith Jr., Scotty Barnes, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Miles Turner. Gary Trent Jr. and Colin Sexton off the bench. Colin Sexton's our backup point guard. Jayshawn Tate, Aden Dermanenko, Davon King, Pat Connaughton, Chester Lewis, Matt Miller. That roster is kind of nice, and we still have a roster spot. I think we have a couple roster spots. Jaden King wants $36 million. The roster's full. Okay, our roster is full. I thought we had an extra spot, but we do not. I like our roster a lot. What could I get for Bones? Bones was just recently signed. I really like this team. I wonder what I could trade for Nick Smith. I wonder what they would give me for Nick Smith. I won't trade Nick Smith, but I'm just curious. Anthony Black, I'm definitely not trading Nick. Nick is our guy of the future. He's 22 and almost 90 overall. But I like this pairing a lot. Nick slacks in defense. Nick is an elite, and I mean elite, scorer. He scores with the best of them. Like, let's take a look at his stats. Last season, he averaged 26.7 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and a steal on 54.7% from the field, 44% from three, and 87% from the line. Nick Smith Jr. can score with the best of them. He's an MVP candidate, 6'4" shooting guard. He's our primary ball handler. I could probably switch him to the 1 and start Gary Trent, but the thing he lacks is defense. And Nick Smith, and Scotty Barnes, he's only a 19 point per game scorer, but he's a 7 rebound per game player, 1 steal and a block, 51% from the field, 37% from three. Not the greatest 3-point shooter ever, but he is above average. He's not the offensive player Rese Haliburton is by any stretch, but defensively, what Scotty Barnes brings to the table, and what he brings to the table that's not on the box score, is what I'm bringing him in for. He is going to be one of the best defensive players in the league. And he's paired in the front court with Jaren Jackson Jr., who also is a D-point candidate. Plus, in that same front court, paired with Miles Turner, we have the best defensive front court in the league. Miles Turner, Jaren Jackson, and Scotty Barnes. Not to mention Davon King, another defensive menace off the bench, who's only 19, by the way. This is a W. Scotty Barnes joining the team. We give up an offensive guard, but we have an offensive guard to take his spot off the bench. He is a terrible defender. Bones is a D- inside defender, B- perimeter defender. He's serviceable, but he has an A+3, an A mid-range, an A playmaking stat. He's on the team for a 3-year plus 1 deal. I love this roster. Bones Hyland was recently signed this offseason. What is his contract? I don't think he took a team-friendly deal, but he didn't take a team-friendly deal, but we have him till 2029. Miles Turner's getting up there in age. He's in a contract year. So is Gary Trent. So we got Gary Trent in a contract year. Nick Smith's also in a contract year, but we have his bird rights, and we're building a good roster around him. We're going to have to pay him this offseason. That is without question. We're going to pay Nick Smith this offseason. But now we have the pieces. I think we can win a chip this year. Later in the season, we can ship off Colin Sexton and some salary dump. We can dump Miles Turner's salary unless we want to hold on to Miles Turner, because we might be close to being hard capped. So we might have to dump some salary. Like Gary Trent might get dumped this offseason. Colin Sexton, there's a chance he gets dumped because he's on $11 million. Bones could get dumped, but our core of Nick Smith, Scotty Barnes, and Jaren Jackson will stay together. Bones has been here since the beginning, but Nick Smith, pairing Nick Smith with his real, the yin to his yang. Nick Smith's a good all-around scorer. He does it all on the offensive side of the ball. He scored 60. He scored 50. He is him when it comes to ball handling. His career high is 55 points. He is him. Nick Smith is that guy offensively, but defense is where he lacks. And if you look at his progression, he's only going up. He's happy on the team. He wants to re-sign with the team this summer. I wonder if we could offer him a contract now. Can we offer Nick a contract now? He's not eligible. Players on rookie seal contracts can only sign extensions during the offseason. That's tragic. Miles Turner wants to test free agency. See, I'm adding this extra little recording after the fact because I've been thinking about this roster a lot over this weekend. I've been spending time with my girlfriend's family, but they know about my channel, so they ask me about it, and that makes me think about my YouTube channel. So I think about the roster construction here. We're going to have to dump some salary this offseason, but with this roster, I think we're a title-winning team. We've always been in contention. We've just fallen short. And I think defense was what we lacked. Because last season, in the postseason, Rese Haliburton and Nick Smith, they scored a fuck ton of points. But we couldn't stop the Rockets. And now we have the best defensive front court in the league. Scotty Barnes, Jaren Jackson, and Miles Turner. Davon King has to hit the bench, but that is fine. Bones breaks into the starting five, which is a W. I'm fine having him in the starting five. And he's backed up by an excellent veteran in Colin Sexton. Nick is backed up by a veteran in Gary Trent Jr. Jayshawn Tate backs up Jaren Jackson / Scotty Barnes. Aden Dermanenko still on the team. He's definitely been a big piece, but he's our backup right now at the center / power forward. Davon King can run some backup 2 or backup 3. Pat Connaughton can run backup 2, backup 3, even backup 1. Matt Miller is going to be our backup big man. Is he a big man? No, he's a point guard. He's a 6'9" point guard. He is going to be a ton of fun. I forgot whose player he is, but he's one of your guys' players. But this team is good. I think we have the best roster in the league, and that's that. That's going to end the video. I just wanted to record that little segment. I love you all. Peace.